Here, man. We got the thugs over here. You know what I'm saying? Getting the breath. That breath is blowing on the land right now. Like, you think that's air you breathing, son? All right. I will give it time to jump up in, but y'all see, you know what I'm saying, the message. It's for the life family, y'all. It's cluster B personality disorder at its finest. I did a video already building about this. What's going to transpire, what's going to happen right now. It's serious. It's a serious thing in this world when you're dealing with, you know, wanting to please man in this situation, man. By the way, this true sad, get out here. Wind I don't want nobody all up in my face. But yeah, true Sabbath energy right now. What's going on? You know, some individuals, some of us, you know, we honored the Sabbath on the Saturday, you know, but this is true Sabbath today. I had to jump in. Most I wanted me to come with the word and to show and prove what the cluster B personality disorder is at its finest, dealing with Deion Sanders and his son's mistreatment in the NFL. How they, you know, basically just strive to, they're showing him that, yo, man, your value is nothing to us. We don't care how many toes you give, man. You know, we put you with JSU, we see what you do to your people. And I already did the video about it, man. That's like the last chance. Our people in Mississippi is like the last chance for you to get your shit right type of people, man. Meaning that it's love that still exists in Mississippi. Even though it gets painted a bad picture about how niggas is or whatever. You know, niggas don't be doing crime like that. We all related. You know, we made talking and we blow that smoke because we're dragons and shit like that. But, you know, we're at the end of the day, we still cool as a mug. And Coach Prime, he figured that out when he was down. Hey, what's happening? Let me see. Peace, God divine. I hope I said it right. Peace to the God. So, you know, and it just shows like, yo, man, I'm like, damn. I wanted Coach Prime to run with the game and right, but that was just like christening to get in, and then also with the whole foot situation, the Kunta thing, you know, and the family. This is like a modern day high end, you know, slave thing we see going on in front of us, you know. And this man was owned by Jerry, the dude who owned the Cowboys, man. We know that's America's football team, all right. So just looking at the situation with SHEDEUR Sanders, we seen it was going to come out to play the way it was by leaving and devaluing, you know, Mississippi or Jackson, Mississippi as a whole, and not even explaining it. Now we know it's money issues and everything, but if you wanted to really keep that integrity, he would have just used the media and been cool with it. But you can see that underneath when you're dealing with narcissistic, histrionic personality disorders, you know, individuals who want to be big, the big eye, little you, like I'm bigger than your little college. But we could have made these colleges, you know, they're going to feather. I got to go grab that mug, but I don't want to move around. You know what I'm saying? We got the thugs out here with us, so they chilling, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it could have been made right. So we would have been cheering, you know, Coach Prime on. It's no hate on our end. Just the way that we didn't think that we sensed that underneath devaluation, that idolized, which they did idolize, you know, JSU, and devaluing after a while with certain things that was going down with the money scene behind the scenes or whatever the case may be. You know, it's all about the money shit coming through and hooking up the locker rooms and like, look what I've done for you and all this. You know, we understand that. That's dope. We're striving to run with it because we got someone that's a Hall of Fame. But remember, it's not like the Hall of Greats. They want to be known by man. They want to be worshipped by man. You know what I mean? Instead of having the energy of the Most High Creator. Having all that influence on all these children, all these young men growing up, that's what damn near was seeing. For us, it was like seeing an army form when you're dealing with Jackson State. You know what I mean? It was like, damn, this shit was an army. And it was beautiful for us. Hey, what's happening? Hola. Habla español un poquito. Or, comprende español poquito. Peace. So, you know, a shout out to, no, it said Berber in there. I gotta, you know, my phone is kind of going in and out here because I'm really far away in the galaxy, far away. But we're talking about the Deion Sanders, man. You know, that's a lot of things that's going on in this game with Colorado. When he found a new supply source, when we're dealing with cluster B personality disorder, they find a new supply source, and then they start to, you know, they think that they got away scot-free out of their old supply sources. You can see that with the marriages and all of that that's been taking place. And his children, specifically Shiloh, he just wanted to graduate from Jackson because it's all this black love down there. It's very beautiful. Homecoming is nice. You get everybody together. Nobody shooting, robbing, and none of that. Everybody fishing. Realizing that Muggs is really country, man. That's good with the hands. And so, for them to go a complete 180 and go to Colorado, and there's a lot of racism, not even racism, just a cluster B personality disorder of big eye, little you, like I'm better than you type of person, when they're dealing with certain hate crimes. And this is why separation got to take place at this point, because with the devaluation of JSU esoterically, I was like, yo, how you think you're gonna evolve and get to a certain point, if you devalue the children of the most highest people, the Jewtown, the Jews. Mississippi's a beautiful place, man, but it get a bad flack. But a lot of things went down in Mississippi, a lot of spiritual sacrifices, man. And so for this man to be another, he could have been damn near king, and Mr. Wood gave him a send-off, I'm telling you, as a parade. That's how much we loved him. You know what I mean? Him, his son, anything he touched, we was going to support it all the way. We still support it. We support his son. You still see some JSU aunties of Shiloh and them in the crowds with SHEDEUR and them. But, it's only, they're showing, hey, what they're striving to do as an example for SHEDEUR. SHEDEUR happens to be also, protected and blessed by the Most High on his mom's side. His mom is like conscious and got knowledge herself and shit. So she telling his daddy, like it's like the opposite. How you tell your baby, your mama and shit, like, yo man, my son, man, he don't eat that swine and shit no more. He don't do this, and she was the one that was like, yo, his name is El, that means God, he's so and so, his name is SHEDEUR. Love dealing with mathematics. Love is knowledge and wisdom. The highest elevation of understanding. It's a high frequency. So he told us something. They brought that up and through those episodes that they was growing up with, but people weren't really picking up on that. So it's just going to show he's already groomed and knowing who he truly is and how he's able to handle this in this type of situation. He doesn't really have to act like his dad. Remember, a lot of kids that are sons, when they're the firstborns, they don't really act like their father. They want to please their father, but they're more like their mother. And it's vice versa. The first daughter is more like their father than they are their mother. So the child tends to, move towards the ones that is like opposite of them in a way. They try to build a relationship and strengthen the gene. That's what we normally do, really. So that right there alone in this gene is protecting them. With the 144. All right, so they try to stop the dang on live. I'm talking about their belovedness. I had to pick up my feather too, so y'all find out what the feathers mean. When you find them feathers, man, pick them joints up. Don't ask yours, man. See what it means. It's like, damn, man, one of your ancestors, one of your ancestors' cousins, somebody that fucks with you and rocks with you, like, yo, man, I fucks with you. So anyways, I just wanted to jump in and see this. I had to put my stuff over here. I just wanted to jump in and tell y'all a little bit about that situation, just dealing with, this is what we got going on in this world. And it's hard for us to, pretty much get to a certain point because, I draw everybody. I got everybody coming out the cut like zombies. I'm trying to be what you call, I got my man in the security to grab the people. But anyhow, yeah, so with the Coach Prime situation, and it's talking about another man, but this is a man who, who tries to who paints a picture, think that they won't get touched by the Most High. There's not going to be no false god worship going on. We're dealing with the Creator. The thugs over here, man. We're dealing with the all Creator, man. So, anytime you devalue, like, somebody, like I say, that only been there for you, whether it's in a relationship, a friendship, a business-ship, whichever one, man, shit comes back on your ass. Lucky Doug, what's up? We ain't got no food, man. That got us coming to show some love. I got my man slow poking around me over here, man. So I got my bag over there. I gotta pay attention to shit. But, you don't see it now that I heard you talk. Oh, hold on, let me get my stuff. Look at my shit. This guy's over here chilling over here. They smoking and doing whatever the hell they doing. Alright, cool. Yeah, there you go. It's like a gang stalker and shit. But anyhow though, man, so And we got all the angels right there. Look at all them niggas, man. Look at all them others, man. That's unreal now. The Kundalini up, man. It's the Sabbath today. All type of supernatural shit goes off on the Sabbath. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This energy, man. We got all the angels. We got all the thugs around. You know? All right, my bad, y'all. I gotta be like still and shit, man. They say, be still and know that I ought to. Anyways, we out here. We got all the thugs out here. We got high vibing right now. Even though they take the sun away from us at like 12 o'clock, they found a way to make it cloudy 18 hours. Like, you know, covering the sun, you know, where it's like 6 hours of the day and then 6 hours at night, and then boom, and then, you know what I mean, 12 hours at night or whatever. Then you get like a few hours in the morning in the rising. So that's what I've been pretty much doing. I get up and get that sun. Y'all chilling, man? Y'all chilling? All right, so I'm gonna jump back into the game, B. We're building about this cluster B personality disorder in our community, dealing with this. Them just, you know, the example that they're finna make out of, you know, Coach Prime, and then they are making out of Coach Prime. You know, he's not feeling like he's winning right now. You know, this is a spiritual thing. So yeah, you know, they're trying to mess up the broadcast, y'all. So please pardon me real fast. All right, so I'm trying to make sure I can stand still. We got all the thugs around us, man. Which is the, you know, the angels and, you know, all of that good stuff. So anyhow, man, so now we can see what the cluster B is. You know, whenever you're in a person relationship, you see that, you know, it's like, when I say relationship, something that takes you somewhere, whether it's a situation, all that shit. You see the devaluing process on a broad stand. You know, where it's like, okay, this is why it's a lot of shit's not happening good for little SHEDEUR. And even though if you do get in the game, you got to be careful, because there's people that they pay people to do certain things to people. Even though he's humble and he got Most High in him on him, he may not even need the league. And this is why it's so vital and important to build our own leagues at this point. This is true segregation, because now you're in their league. Now we take the best of our league to go to their league. That's all I can say when it comes to that. But when you want to give your son up willingly as a slave to their league, when you have the option to make your own league, everybody would have rallied behind you and got behind you to, we can make our own league again. We don't need to be around them. They always judging us. Why you want to be around people that's always judging you all the damn time? You seen when you went to Jackson State, you seen the guy was the most happiest you probably ever been. Being feeling like a nigga. You know that in Florida, yeah, that's them niggas. I love my niggas in Florida. But in Mississippi, it's really loving, man. It's a little different. You know you're a part of the family. And a lot of people mistreat Mississippi's because of the love like that, you know? And so it's like, man, now you probably can't even come back to Mississippi. So, you know, Shiloh, he can probably come back, and maybe SHEDEUR too, you know what I'm saying? But then because that's because they know and understand, like, yo, man, these people are very kind and friendly. They got sons that are super huge and big and 6'5". Man, my cousin Linky, 6'5", and fucking, he played for Georgetown. He could have stayed at Jackson State, but I'm just saying, it's just deep. We have a lot of talent. We could have been a lot of things down there, you know, made our own team. But it's like, too busy trying to get in their league. But you got to take them to their colleges to play certain players so they can get into the league and become certain slaves or whatnot. You know, it's just, nobody's buying up the land when they make the money, and they're making it seem like, you know, he's made you know, that you made a 100-something acre purchase for his children. You know how big 100 acres is, man. I'm gonna let you know, man. That's like a city. That's why when you see little cities popping up, them shits is like 40-something, 20-something acres, man. I'm just letting you know. A lot of things can go on through basketball, through football. Pardon, so through football. You gotta put my fake nails on, so motherfuckers be watching. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of things go on in football, and so it's like, you know, it's a lot of money that's made in football. So just imagine if the managers in them is paying out $200-something million. Just imagine what they making, you know. And so when they see individuals capitalizing, I'm talking about the Sanders capitalizing off the seats, the NIL deals, and all these different deals, they're getting a little afraid. They want to make an example out of something at this point. You can't tell me these people are just straight up, you know, honorable and virtuous, you know. So we had the opportunity to make our own league at this point, because we came off, you know, like I say, we're talking about like DEION, Coach Prime came off like, you know, he was honorable and virtuous, you know what I mean? What's up, baby? That's the thug man on the phone. You know, like honorable and virtuous to us. So, you know, even showing up to the homecoming. What's up? It's Debo. What's up, Debo? How you doing? That's big dog. You know, honorable and virtuous, man. So we could have built something a little bit more bigger. Being able to, now we can challenge other, you know, what they call it, you know, dealing with the NCAA, you know, all that stuff. We can challenge all of them now. Now we're building up our schools. We're gonna get our right people. But now it's like, yo, you just pull back and devalue Mississippi like they weren't shit. Take your players to so and so. Because these players, this school was looking at you like that. It's a idolize and divide and discard. They're gonna do the same thing to Coach Prime in the future. They're seeing if it's gonna work now because they see how much love he put in to get his boy into the league. It's like, oh, you gonna go this far to get your boy into the league and shit like that. They know. They're like, oh, he gonna go to great lengths. This nigga's doing all kind of things, man. So this is why we just gotta sit back, you know what I mean, and you know, do what it do. It's a sad situation for him because my man thinking he's winning right now, and it's not. I already did a few videos when he started to devalue Jackson State. They're thinking that they can just keep going online with the media and they pay you. You know, they got a certain contract that they got, man. You know, so we don't have to really worry about. You know, I never followed them to Colorado. I looked at certain things. I know the individuals who wanted to get to the league, like Travis Hunter and shit like that. But Travis he was protected, so he already knew. He was like a chosen one type shit. You know, it's like he came into the game. They were like, damn, this nigga's like really good. You know, so when he got hurt, it's just ways of how DEION and them responded to him. It's just little things. He still kept up. His boom. He got into the league. Now he's scoring this little touchdown. He ain't going through shit like that. You know, he made it from the bottom to the top. You know, so it's a total different ball game. The whole little 144. That's cool. That's nice. You know, what can we do if we pardon me? What can we do if we're not putting our currency in business to something to make it work? We already know what's up with Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're promoting Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's in the chicken, son. It's in the chicken. I understand it's about this money, man. You know, it's about money. I understand. You know, so with that being said, man, that situation is happening the way they're gonna let it just go ahead and pan out the way it is an example. They're striving to do the sacrifice in front of all of us. This is a peaceful dude. If he don't go ahead and separate and get away from this narcissistic sociopathic entity called the NFL, and they're like, fuck it, man. I got a youth league. We got a whole little youth league now. And guess what? We're packing stadiums. Do some shit like that. You know what I mean? Now they're going to really come at you, but you're going to really have to be on king status. And usually kings can't leave their land because motherfuckers be hating on their ass. You got to always be in your land all the time. And every time you leave your land, you got to be rolling deep as hell. That's how it is in this day and age, man. So you just can't just be roaming around in the world just freely or in America like that. People's all eyes on your ass. Everywhere, you know, especially if you at a high caliber state, if you're dealing with celebrityisms or, you know, even with the supernatural spiritualness. But that's what it's all about anyways. So yeah, expatriate, man. Basically get your ass out the league and go ahead and start your little league or something, man. Grow something. Get a ladies league, or whatever you need to do something, you know, because they're trying to own your ass and they're making it seem like you don't have no control over anything, your life or nothing, motherfucker. Your body, no. It's like you can't even go outside after a certain hour. They don't even want you to fuck shit up at all. And your father know that shit. He put you into the shit. Guess he wanted to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make a lot of money. Let's tell that little nigga come over here. He give himself up, man. Sacrifice something. If a man sacrificed some toes or something like that, man, that's kind of crazy if he did that shit. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy if he did that. And that's, you know, they named whatever the condition is. You know, so basically all you had to do is kind of like clean yourself up a little bit. Let me get over here. Clean yourself up a little bit. What's up, Dubs? Clean yourself up, refine and detox and get your lymph flowing. You know, could have did that. But they wanted to cut all up in them, give them all these surgeries. A lot of things going on, man. Like having these surgeries, man, is like, that's not like really normal, you know? Your body's not supposed to be cutting up in your ass like that, dude. Sums up. You know, sums up. The ego, the death of the ego death and the narcissist man is ooh, boy, it's something else, boy. It's something else. So yeah, man, we're just addressing that situation real quick. I love the power that he has over young men instead of using it in the right way and giving it back to our culture where we can empower ourselves. We ran so quick for the border, and that's cool. We can help other individuals. That's nice. We could have found a way with the HBCU. That's the funding's done now, so it's like now you got to find a way for real because the truth is out. Like damn niggas is really Native Americans or Aboriginals. Now you can make shit. Now you got to do other things. You got to find other ways to be marketed because who are you going to market to when you're dealing with business? Yeah, you can have real estate, you can have houses. Who are you going to be selling houses to? Someone who's kind of idolized and devalues and discards you in a way, or whichever way you put it, devalues you. Discards you and then idolizes you after you're gone type shit. It's just whatever way. It's those three. So, all right, Thuggy Dubs, I'm gonna go ahead and move around. I know we out here. See him? So we just rolling. Wherever I roll, they be rolling, G. That's why they be looking at me looking like, who's this nigga, man? It's the angels, dog. They like little bitty dragons and shit. See, they sending, on the Sabbath, these mothers be sending like spell work and shit. They be doing a little watching thing. They do, moon work and shit. But the Most High, we're on the true Sabbath right now. I ain't gonna go too much, but I had a good rest and laid out in the sun for a nice amount of hours. And 8. So since it rose all the way until I knew it was gonna stop, till they cover it up at like 12 and shit to get those downloads and UVs and shit. Ironically, they cover it up at that time so we can all get mean and mad and shit. But yeah, this is a rest day. I just wanted to add that into the game though, you know what I'm saying? Anybody come on any falsehoods, man, we're not really rocking with that shit this season, B. The man had the ability to control a damn army and shit, but he's dealing with men. So, with that being said, man, dude, fumbled the ball. Now we gotta start with it. We gotta get with the anointed and the appointed ones this time. Alright? So I love y'all and I'll be with you in the next one. Peace.